Want to know the secret on how to force your brain to do hard things? Ever feel like your screen time is so high your phone might start charging you rent? Meanwhile, some people are out here knocking out tasks like it's nothing, while the rest of us are watching productivity videos to avoid being productive. Sounds familiar, right? Why is it so easy to binge watch a whole series, but when it's time to study or hit the gym, your body turns into mush? Yeah, that used to be me. Deep in a committed relationship with procrastination. It was comfortable, but unproductive. But something changed. And no, it wasn't because I woke up suddenly overflowing with willpower. It was because I figured out how to force my brain to do the hard stuff. I learned to trick it into making tasks feel less painful and way more doable. Here's how I did it. Step 1. Brain bending. Force your brain into action. First things first, let's understand how our brains work. Think of your brain like a rebellious teenager. You ask it to clean its room or commit to do a task, and it's like you just asked it to solve world peace. That resistance you feel? That's emotional resistance. Your ego also kicks in, the part of your brain that's terrified of failure or embarrassment. When it comes time to do something challenging, your brain's like, uh-oh, what if it flops? Let's not risk that. Let's just do something easier. Trying to push through that resistance head-on is like wrestling a slippery eel. You're never going to get a solid grip. So instead, we trick our brains into doing the hard stuff. The reason tasks feel overwhelming is often because we imagine them as huge, like trying to climb a mountain. On the other hand, watching a show or scrolling social media? Quick, easy rewards, low stakes. So here's the game changer, the 2-minute rule. It's simple. Get your brain to commit to just 2 minutes of doing the task. Not 30 minutes, not even 10, just 2 minutes. Don't tell yourself, I'm going to work out. Instead, tell yourself, I'll do 1 push-up. Don't tell yourself, I'm going to write this essay. Just commit to writing 1 sentence. It's all about breaking down the task into something so tiny, it feels silly to avoid it. And once you start, you'll often keep going, because that first step is the hardest one. Congratulations, you've just tricked your brain. That's brain bending. Step 2. Productive gaslighting. Trick your brain into getting started. Sometimes, even starting feels like a major hurdle. So what do? I force my brain into action by pretending I'm not actually working, just preparing. Want to work out? I don't tell myself to work out, I just put on my gym clothes. That's it. No pressure, no commitment. But once I'm suited up in workout gear, it feels ridiculous not to go. Your brain sees the effort already invested and thinks, well, we're halfway there already. Might as well finish it. It's like telling a kid they're just going to take 1 bite of veggies, and then suddenly they're eating the whole plate. But instead of veggies, it's you forcing yourself to do the work. This morning, I pretended I was just going to tidy my desk for a minute. Next thing I knew, I was halfway through writing this entire script. Tricking your brain into getting started doesn't require motivation. It's about building momentum and catching your brain off guard. Step 3. The reward system. Force your brain to want it. Now let's talk about rewards. Because let's be real, we all respond to a little motivation, whether it's food, fun, or relaxation. So here's the hack. Mix chores with rewards. Finish a task, then treat yourself. Study for 30 minutes? Watch 1 episode of your favorite show. Clean your desk. Take a break with a snack. Finish that email? Scroll through Instagram for 5 minutes. It's like conditioning your brain. Just like how we reward kids for doing their homework with a treat. The more you reward your brain, the easier it becomes to force yourself to do the work. What about that fragile ego of yours that's terrified of failure or embarrassment? Time to tweak that too. Instead of saying, I need to get to the gym, say, I'm someone who goes to the gym. Subtle shift in identity, right? But powerful. You're not just forcing yourself to do hard things anymore. You're becoming the kind of person who does hard things. Step 4. Build momentum. Force your brain to keep going. You won't have to trick your brain forever, but you do need to trick it long enough to get the ball rolling. Once you've made progress, whether it's in the gym, on a project, or your daily tasks, something crazy happens. Your brain actually starts to enjoy the process. You're no longer forcing yourself to do the work. You're starting to want to do it. Once you've built momentum, you start asking yourself, how much further can I take this? It's like when you listen to a song on repeat, not because you need to finish it, but because you're enjoying it. The hard tasks get easier when you keep showing up. You made it to the end of the video, which means you've already forced your brain to do something hard. Nice job. Now, it's time for you to force your brain to do one more thing. Click that subscribe button. It only takes 2 seconds and will give you more content to keep your brain in productive gear. Plus, YouTube will throw a few more videos at you. Choose wisely. See you in the next one. And hey, let procrastination know it's officially on the outs.